Hello, my name is Tiffany and welcome to my channel. I want to talk about investing today, but before we start investing, you should have some savings. So I found that more appropriate to start with. I have my notes already, so let's begin. I'm gonna change things up a bit. I want to rethink how I do my tracking videos because they are quite long and I feel like they are boring to watch. So we're going to take a break from those and we are going to move on to something else. Today I want to talk about investments, but before you invest you should save up. And that's what we're going to talk about, like how much you need before you can begin investing with a sane mind, I guess. Okay? Okay, first of all, important note, I'm not a financial advisor. I am just a woman on YouTube talking about savings and investments and money and personal finances. So take it with a grain of salt, whatever I'm saying. Okay, maybe also a good point to make in this video is, what is an emergency fund? Emergency fund is basically money set aside, either cash or in a savings account. Personally, I hold mine in a savings account because we'll have some interest on a savings account. If you have it in cash, like it's just sitting there doing nothing. So it could be doing something because I want this emergency fund to have some value. Most people online, I feel, start with €1,000, which is not enough. I think it's not enough. For me personally, I felt safe around the 3 month mark, the 3 months of expenses or income that you have. But some people build it up to 6 months or a year. I feel everything over 6 months is a lot to just have in your savings account, because this money is not for trips or weddings or a home. No, this is just money to just sit there basically forever. Hopefully no emergencies will come up and it will be sitting there forever. Yeah, I just rewatched my footage. Important is, once you have your emergency fund and you have to take money out of the emergency fund, that you build it back up to the baseline. Okay, the reason I am saying that you need an emergency fund is because life just happens. Sometimes you have something unexpected come up and you want to have the expenses in your savings account so that you don't have to deplete your investments, because you will never know when life will happen. The stocks could be down at that point, you might never know, and if you have to sell when they are down, then you might lose money on your investments, while we are aiming for a good return, obviously. To save, you will need to have some system in place, because at the start you will have lots of motivation, things will go great in your head, things will go smoothly, will be no bumps in the road, not at all, and then the motivation kind of wears off and you're feeling you're not making the progress that you want to make and you feel kind of stuck. And a good way to solve that is to have some systems in place. There is a system that you pay yourself first. So when your paycheck hits your account, you just take some money and move it into your savings account, or you take it out cash and move it in an envelope where you keep it safe. Okay, the reason why you need to move the money to the separate savings account is because you don't want to have friction, because when you have friction, then the money just stays in your checking account. It's more easy to spend it, and you don't want that because that will defeat the whole purpose. So you want to pay yourself first, and then after, at the end, you might see what's left. You can make like a second deposit, or you take money out for the second time. I usually keep my checking account to €2,000, and everything above it will just go to my savings account, And then at the beginning, when I get paid, from the 2,000 euros, 1,200 euros will be sent to my savings account. I am living with my parents right now. After a failed relationship, I moved back home for the sole purpose of saving, so it's really a priority for me. It might not be for everyone. I'm not expecting everyone to just save 1,200 euros. I remember when I used to live alone, even 200 euros a month was sometimes a struggle. I feel like between 50 and like 100 euros is doable to save. At least for me at the time was doable. Everything above it was quite difficult. You will have to make some choices. Yeah, I did not go on vacation every year, and that saved a lot. Which is boring, which is a boring answer, and I know it, but sometimes you need to do it. The mental clarity it will give you just to have this emergency fund saved. You will not think about money all the time. You will feel rested when you sleep. It's just nice. It's just once you have it, you're quite good. You're quite golden, and you could go on vacations again, and you could live your life again. But you need to kind of be strict with yourself. It's more. Another thing that helped me was tracking my savings, and I do that in savings trackers. And I have saving trackers for long before I used to do YouTube. I'm gonna see if I can find them. Okay, right back. I have lost the savings trackers for my emergency funds, but I did found some. It's just a savings tracker that I found online, a free one. Printables. I'm gonna link it below if I can still find it. These are the trackers that I use for my investments. So I try to make a goal for how much I would be able to save within like 6 months, because I feel like when the goal is more than 6 months, I lose motivation, because I feel like I'm stuck. I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. And then after I complete this one, I give myself something I would not usually get myself. Something silly, something that I really want, and that I should not, something I should not need, something I'm not needing, but I really want to have. For me, that's shoes. I really like shoes. I have some. I don't have like a whole collection like some other girls here on YouTube, but I do have some like designer shoes, which I really like. It's just a silly thing that I like, and it keeps me motivated. Okay, what I also used to do is play a little game with myself to see how much I could save, and try to save more every month. So if I just save like 50 euros the first month, I was trying to make sure I saved 50 euros plus an extra 5 euros, for example. And the next time was 55 euros, and then I wanted to have 60. And it kind of built up until I've reached a point where I cannot increase it, where I'm like, okay, this is the end. If I want to save more, I will have to do some kind of side hustle, for example, or just to make extra money in some kind of way. Also, a good motivator for me was fear. It was fear of something breaking down and not having the money for it. It really drove me to my savings fast at the time. I think fear is a very underrated motivator for savings. The feeling of being left behind, the feeling of I'm gonna regret it if I don't start saving and investing right now. That kind of thing. Yeah, that really helped me. It's still helping me. Okay, I'm having a quick look at my notes, and I think I have said everything that I wanted to say. I hope you found something helpful in this video. I thank you for watching. Very important that you realize that investments is for growth, but you first want to have savings to have the stability. That's the most important thing you will take away from this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.